Good morning, everyone. We're continuing here in the words of the Meishiv Nefesh, speaking again about the internal strengths that a person has to overcome the Yetzer Hara. And he quotes over here from the Kreine de Igrisa, which is the words of the Stipler. And he says, Bizman she'adam hu b'toikif tavasai. At the time that a person is seized in the chains of his taiva, of his desire, of his Yetzer Hara, Umizgaber alav, and he strengthens himself over it. Lefisha Torah isarto, because the Torah said you're not allowed to do that. As mamshich alav or Kiddusha noira v'ayoim, then he should know that a light of holiness that is heavenly and awesome will come down upon him, she'ein l'shai, that you could never fathom or imagine. And you are elevated to the level of Yosef HaTzadik, the righteous Yosef in the Chumash, who was tempted day in and day out, 100 times a day, by the wife of Potiphar, and she wanted to lie carnally with him, and finally there was nobody left in the palace except for Yosef and the wife of Potiphar, and she tries to take him, and he was almost for a moment seized by his taiva, by his desire, and he succumbed to this terrible, terrible act. And he was mizgaber, he was strengthening himself, and he pulled himself away, and he was what's called mekadesh shem shemayim b'seiser. He sanctified HaKadosh Baruch Hu's name in secret, which itself is perhaps one of the greatest sanctifications. No one's watching you, you know it's only Hashem. And when Hashem is watching you and you feel His presence and you don't do something, that's a tremendous Kiddush Hashem. When you yourself are seized with taiva, with desire, and your Yetzer Hara is pulling you to do something that's wrong, and maybe nobody else is around, and you're mizgaber, you strengthen yourself over the Yetzer Hara, you've just been elevated to the level of Yosef HaTzadik. And in truth, someone who many times strengthens himself, he's victorious over his Yetzer Hara. Even though after he succeeds in overcoming it, the Yetzer Hara gets him again and he stumbles and he falls. So the person might think it's hopeless. What am I ever going to be able to accomplish? As much as I try, he continues to get me. Nevertheless, Batuach, it's a guarantee. At the end of the day, you'll rectify and correct everything. B'tshuva, with tshuva, you'll do tshuva. You'll see, you made a mistake. You were duped by the Yetzer Hara. You were trapped in his ways. You made a mistake. You'll do tshuva. In the merits of the many, many times that you strengthen yourself against the Yetzer Hara and you didn't succumb to him, even though you fell now, in that merit, it'll give you an inner strength to do tshuva, to overcome the Yetzer Hara once and for all. V'adavar talik v'ya erech, and everything is according to the value and the effort of which you put in to overcome the Yetzer Hara. This, says the Stipler, is an amazing, amazing haftacha, a promise that HaKadosh Baruch Hu is giving to a person, that even if you've stumbled, even if you fell, as long as you were trying, and as long as there was effort that was being made, because you realize in your heart of hearts what the right thing is to do, that itself will give you a merit to do tshuva and to get closer to HaKadosh Baruch Hu and leave this Yetzer Hara behind altogether. And in those moments when you are misgaber, when you do strengthen yourself, even if nobody else knows what's going on in your life, Hashem knows. And Hashem says, this to me looks like the level of Yosef HaTzadik when he pulled himself away from the most tantalizing taiva desire in the world, all for the sake of Kiddusha, of sanctifying my name. This person in their room, sitting behind their computer, looking at a button that could open up a world of illicit and immoral images and pictures and ideas, and they hold their finger back and they don't do it. Yosef HaTzadik, he sanctifies HaKadosh Baruch Hu's name. May we be zeicher to overcome the challenges and the battles of the Yetzer Hara and try our best to sanctify Hashem's name in everything that we do. All the best.